back home. I just went round and round. And now, eventually, I am going back home. What did I do? Why did I do? Nobody knows. I just did it. I just moved. There is nothing more important than the movement itself. It has no destination. Because I thought I was going somewhere. Everybody was convinced. Everybody was okay with it. We were going somewhere. So I prepared myself. I prepared myself to sleep somewhere else other than my own apartment. I was ready for it. But as I can see now, it didn't happen. Why I thought that it would happen, I don't know. Why I think it's not happening, I don't know. At that point, someone wanted to get out of the apartment, just go somewhere. And now in a similar way, something wants to go back home. And we are going back home. Sometimes I feel like I'm not a one person. I'm a family. Where I have a partner, I have children, a lot of children. And it's not so easy to deal with them. Like each is something else. Each wants something else. And sometimes these ones, they can be in conflict. And how you do it, you know, as a father, as a parent, what you would do. You're on a trip and you have 2 children at least, and each wants to have the complete opposite. What would you do? Which one would you listen? Which one would get priority? How you would satisfy both? What would be the solution to not let down neither of them? How you would find a solution that is not gonna give them such a memory that their parents did not turn their back to them. So, tell me, how you're gonna handle this? How did you handle this? It's not an option to act separately with them. They are not twins. They are 2 heads in one body. You cannot separate them. You cannot. It's not possible. Physically, it's not possible. One wants to go somewhere, and one wants to stay. What is the solution for this? I don't know. So what is my solution now? What was my solution now? I listened to one of them. The other one was okay with it. So we left home. We went away. And we went around and around. It was nice. Everybody liked it. We saw some nice things. The weather got nicer and there was a lot of green, so it was all nice. It was going well. But then the other one said, I want to go home. I want to go home. And now we're going home. On the way again. I don't know if there are 2 or like 20 of them, but at least there are 2. One of them said like, oh, the way, it's so nice, it's so green, it's so sunny. Let's go on the normal way, let's not use the highway. So we will see more of the nature. And yeah, everybody was on board. We did it. We took the way. It was really nice. The road was smooth. There were like turns that made it nice to drive, like adventurous. Sometimes there were the noises, of course. Someone slow in front of you, someone wants to go faster than you behind you. So yeah, it's so nice, right? Like, you're experiencing the boat. Someone is in front of you, they're going slow, and you're bothered by them. You don't want to see them in front of you. You're like, get out of my way. I can still go with the speed, but at least I don't want to have you in my view. Get out. And in a similar way, there is someone behind you. And they're like so close. They want to get rid of you in a similar way. And I'm also not okay with they are like right behind me. It's like, it's not so peaceful to drive that way. And I slow down to give them away so they can take me over. But somehow they get so close, like they lick my back, but they don't take me over. And we play that game. I slow down, go fast, and they are like constantly keeping their distance, trying to maintain the distance. Their goal is to keep the same distance, but not overtake me. That's weird. So anyway, after a while, it was okay. It was boring to drive on that road. It was not fun anymore. Or it was enough. It was enough. Maybe it was an hour, I think. And then now we are back on the highway. It's windy a little. weather became so nice all of a sudden. Like it's giving all those different colors and shapes together with the cloud. It's like they're doing a kind of a show. I don't know if anybody's watching them. They're just that's the way the nature is, right? Just does a show. It has a lot of shows. It does it in everywhere. Sometimes even in places no human eye or presence exists, but there is still the show going. But they are always not pleasant shows. Sometimes there are horror movie kind of shows. That's nature. It does everything in the best possible way. Nobody can compete with it. Let's talk about this other thing. I am so out of material. That I went to swimming pool today and I had to buy those tight boxer shorts, tight shorts. For the payment and also for later on going back to buy this short, I had to interact with the person who was at the reception. She was a young woman. And of course, mainly the conversation went through my friend. It was in Dutch. That is a whole thing in itself, but I will not go into that one. And I felt some not annoyance, I don't know what to call it, but it was some negative energy from this person in the cashier. She was not happy. I didn't feel that she was friendly. Yeah, and this apparently my mind or my system pick it up. Yeah, that is like something out there, right? That she had some negative energy, let's call it that way. And my system pick it up. It was like a hand and hold it. But in which way it was holding it? So it was like that was something that my radar picked up. And I'm mentioning this because this is something familiar to me. it's not happening the first time. I think also it's a I would say it's a common human interaction. It's common that this will come out. One of them will feel this way at some point. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to get out of that way. It was nice. The sunsets, the colors, they were nice. Yeah, let's see. Maybe we will have a better view from this side, or maybe nothing at all. But let's see. This is the way we are going. So the interaction with that person, there was something negative about it. And so what was happening from my point of view, I was there, I was in a place that I had to make myself familiar and comfortable with the place. I didn't know the protocol. And this person is like, it's sitting at the door. I need to interact with her. Like, I cannot just walk in. And of course, there is a language barrier. There is a gender barrier. That is also a thing for me. And there is also the unknown barrier. So those are the three things that I have to pass. And I have support. I have my friend. Is gonna be like my shield in some sense. I mean, yeah. And yeah, the first time the interaction was with the payment. My friend did it first, so she knew already what I was also doing, I was gonna do. So just even with a few words, it happened. Just did a payment. And then second one, I came back with the short. Again, it was for me, it was an uncomfortable situation because I never in my life bought or worn such clothing. And she asked for the size, and my friend was there, so that bothered that whole thing, like that bothered me but not so strongly. It was a bit, it was weak, but it bothered me. So why it bothered me? Because it put me in the same position that I experienced with my father. And it felt like one of those times that my father would be in the lead. I would follow him. We would do something, but he would mostly do it. So that is fine, but he would overdo it. He would not just do the part which is common or which is just for him, but he would also do the part which is for me. And even though at times that would make my life easier, but I think as I got older, that easiness started to become an issue. Because when I don't want to do it and another person does it, that's not a bother to me. Okay, just do it. Okay. But when I want to do it, but you're doing it, then that's a big problem, right? That will be a problem. like that is whole this adolescence thingy, you know, like when children become rebellions, because initially the child is not able to do anything, you know, cannot walk, cannot eat, cannot even fall asleep by itself. So another person will do everything for them. But as the baby will start to, like a computer game character, will start to gain some skills, we'll see that like he's able to do some of those things. For example, let's take eating. Initially he cannot eat properly, and let's say then he's like he's eating some food with spoon, but he doesn't know how to hold a spoon, so somebody's spoon fooding him. I think that's an expression. So his mother, or like his parents, spoon feeding him. But as he grows up, he sees what is happening with the spoon and etc. And then like he will wait for the day he will be able to grab the spoon. We'll say like, okay, the spoon which goes into my mouth, I am holding it. He will hold it and try to take it into his mouth. But yeah, I think a few first attempts are gonna fail, and he doesn't know what is a shame or a failure yet, so he's gonna keep trying. He's like shameless in that sense. He doesn't know the feeling yet, I guess. So anyway, he will eventually learn how to hold a spoon and like spoon some food and take it to his mouth. So while that is happening, that's gonna be a bit of, in this example it's not a big thing, but it's gonna be a bit of struggle, because he's claiming a territory which was not his. It was managed by somebody else. It was delegated to somebody, to his parents, or maybe to his elder siblings, or his like let's generalize as caretakers. But now he's claiming that space. Actually, that's the whole thing with the baby, right? Like, it's, imagine 100% of space. He almost doesn't have anything. It's almost zero. Not zero, but almost zero. And that his whole territory is managed by other people. Let's not call it invaded, but because it was not invaded, it's just like you cannot do anything. That's an empty land. And so other people are doing things for him. And slowly he will pick up his skills, and he will claim those territories one by one. So the spoon is like most obvious example, but there are not all other things. Actually, this is a whole thing in itself. I think there will be a lot of other combinations here. Oh, we have the sun again. So nice. And so it could be, for example, in some cases, he would like to keep it delegated, even if he can do it. For example, let's say he's able to fall asleep or sleep by himself in his bed, or maybe even in a separate room. But he would not want to have that. He would still maybe would like to have the comfort of being, you know, put into sleep and stay with somebody until completely fall asleep, and he doesn't want to stay that moment of staying alone before falling asleep in a separate room. There are like actually every day of a baby, maybe after every hour of a baby, it's just a negotiation of this thing. It's like a war. They keep negotiating, two sides negotiate. And there are things, of course, he likes to have them still delegated, but the delegator doesn't want to do them anymore. For example, in the sleeping case, or actually let's say breastfeeding, right? Initially you do it because it's a need, but then it's not a need anymore. It's a luxury, and actually it's in what is it, indulgence, right? Oh my god, I'm so blind. I'm trusting autocruise to handle this. Okay, it's handling. Not so bad. Yeah. So yeah, there is that part also with the baby. So in some cases the baby would claim the territory, like, okay, for example with food, that's the most obvious one. It will say, okay, I want to handle this. And another thing, for example, it's with the toilet, right? Initially the baby is helpless. The delegator is gonna take care of that. But as the baby ages, there it goes. Actually, that is somewhere in the middle, right? The delegator doesn't want to do it anymore either, I hope. And but at the same time, baby, I don't know how that part, I don't know how it happens, but what I observed or what I understand, that also baby wants to take care of that business by themselves. So that is somewhere in the middle. So it's okay. Like baby wants to do it themselves. They want to claim that territory. They want to take care of their toilet needs in privately. And here, I only can hope the parent or the caretaker is gonna let them do it safely and privately as much as possible. And with the food also, slowly those skills, as they are built up, the delegator is gonna step away, give way to the real owner of those needs. And some other ones, they're gonna be challenging because the baby wants to keep them because they are like luxuries. Initially they were needs, but after a while they were luxuries. Even though the delegator wants to get rid of it, the baby would like to keep them because why not? You know, sleeping close to mommy, like having breastfeeding. It's like, yeah, why not? Having that attention of the mother and all that. So how did we get here? This is a complete topic of itself. I lost the initial stepping point to this. Ah, yeah, with the father thing. Yeah. So, yeah, if something needs to be done, you know, like there is something that it needs to be done, and that is something related to me or with me, about me, and if somebody else does it and I am okay with it, I'm fine, you know, do it. As we got into that baby situation because I mentioned that it might be that, like, I want to do that thing and this other person insists doing it, or even without asking, they want to do it. They are doing it. Not they want to do it, or like there is no conversation, they're just doing it. They own my need and they're just doing it. So if it's something that I would be able to do it by myself, that's gonna cause some annoyance. I'm gonna be like, why you're doing this? I could do this, you know? But if it would be something that I'm not able to do, then I would not have much to say, right? Because that's how I learned as a baby. If I don't know how to do something, and if there is somebody else available to do it for me, that's how I learned. That's my, like, that's the data that I got trained on. So that's the model. Now I put it so openly, and now I'm having a hard time to bring them all together. So this case with a friend going to a swimming pool, it's something like that, right? It is a place that I've been there, even though I understand and I could communicate for basic stuff in Dutch. My friend, by the way, is natively French speaking. It's like for him, Dutch is also a second language. He's better than me, but he's not so fluent either. And also, we are not in an official place, so I think English communication would be also fine in that place. And the thing here also, I am not bothered. That is also another thing in itself. It's a tricky thing that I'm just realizing recently. My friend, he doesn't, in the initial look, he doesn't have that stepping in and doing things for other people. Initially, I don't get that energy. He doesn't have that energy. I don't get it that way. So in this case, because he knows the thing, he was there already once, so I trust him, and I'm not bothered by him. If he would have that energy, I think for me it would be more challenging, or I could perceive it differently. But anyway, so he's indeed doing this, and in that whole thing, that takes me to my childhood memories. So what we are doing, there is a person, service provider, let's say this woman at the reception. This could be like simply when I am going to buy some clothing, and I am with my father and we are going to a shop. And there is my father, like the role of my father. My friend is playing that role. Like he's doing the talking for me. Like I am the one who's gonna buy the shirt, but he's the one doing the talking. While that is happening, that I'm like automatically pushed in that position, right? I'm just quiet and I'm just accepting it in a way. So how did we get here again? I was talking about the negative energy from the woman, but we got into something else actually. Maybe that was, but the second part that I got to, it's more important. But how is it important? I don't know yet. We got into something. Let's see what's gonna come out. And yeah, that again, that took me into that. It bring that memory back. Like I was in that position, but I recognize it, but I didn't react in some way. So I described those two positions, but I didn't describe my own position. Okay, so the service provider, and then there is the position that my friend is taking. So he's handling the thing, and I am the one in the need. I'm the one in the need. But for this need, I am not so confident how to take care of it. Okay, I know we're gonna buy it from there. For example, she's asking the size. So at that moment, my system is slowing down. My processing is slowing down again. Because I need time to process all of that. So, like, at the moment I already got onto something, I realize it and I let it go, that one. I didn't put on a brake. Because, do I want to buy that short in that place? That was already a signal and I accepted it. I was like, okay, I'm here with my beach short. And I was committed to do this with my friend. And I want to do swimming and stuff. So I was like, okay. And also I saw myself that I didn't take time and go and buy this short by myself. So I was like, okay, I will do this here. It's gonna be easier. And another thing to consider, of course, it could be the price, because this is happening on the spot. Of course they're gonna take advantage of it, but that they may not do it, but that's my system is evaluating that way. And that one I also let it go in that small amount of time. Maybe it was 10 steps we took, and my brain are busy with those things. I don't see anything in my environment. I'm exaggerating. But the point here is that, like, all of my resources, not all of them, but most of my resources are like swallowed by those things. And these are nothing visible. These are all just happening in some other places which are not so visible. I am talking to my friend. We are walking back to the reception. He doesn't know any of these things. And for the price, I'm also letting it go. I'm not gonna stuck with that one, which is a good thing, because in the past I would be stuck on that one. I would not want to be taking advantage of because of my position in that case, right? I would feel that they are taking advantage of my helplessness or like my situation, because I don't have a short and I am in the need of it. I want to have it, and they know it, and they're offering it. Of course, they're not forcing me, they're offering it. But because they know that the person who would buy it in that specific situation, they're gonna be willing to pay more. I mean, of course, they're also providing some kind of service. For them, it's also it's okay to ask for more price, because they're okay. That's a whole business justice thing that we're not gonna go into that. So for me, the good thing is that, like, I'm not interested in justifying what they're doing right or wrong. That's what they're doing. And for me, I am happy that I did not stuck with that point. Like, I didn't fight. My system didn't fight with that. It let it go. It was a quick realization. It just let it go. He took it as a positive thing even. He was like, okay, this is happening. It's making to take care of my need even easier. So I'm gonna let this go. Because they are making it easy, and I'm okay paying it a few euros more. And another thing, of course, just of course, she asked for the size. What is the size? I'm a small person, and like I lost a lot of weight in last year, so I want to say small. That is, for example, something that again, for me, I need more time. And another thing, like can I try them? Like, do I have just one shot, you know? If I say small and wear it and then I cannot do it and take it. Yeah, that also I understand, because yeah, it's like an underwear, you know? So and okay, with a bit of suggestion with a friend, he suggested that maybe it's medium. And we were like, okay, medium, and she showed me what medium looked like. I was like, okay, after I saw it, that it was easier to decide on the medium. That part was resolved. Another thing was with the color, it was not so bad, but like, do I have other options? Am I just gonna accept what you're giving me? Okay, that was another thing. The system picked it up, but I didn't stay with it. Like it was just like an alert the system gives, but the rest says, this is safe, go on, don't stay with the alert, move on. I don't have a real life example to give this, what it would be like. Yeah, anyway, so the system got alerted, there was a reaction, but it continued. It was like, okay, there is nothing to worry about here, move on. Traffic got faster actually. I didn't exit where I was supposed to exit because I'm in the middle of conversation and I want to finish this. And so I got to short. So that negativity with that person in the reception, even though I mean, like she did her job well. She helped me. There was no issue. Everything was smooth. It was just the energy. After talking all of this, it could be myself. But anyway, basically, I would say I did not feel that she was friendly. It didn't feel friendly to me. There are a lot of interesting stuff in this story. It's like I'm really having fun digging into these things. And another thing, I'm realizing that I would not be able to do this in journaling format. That's why maybe this is also making me think recently that this is like actually exactly therapy. Like, I mean, talking therapy. This is what it happens. The therapist just lets you talk. They reflect back. Here, there is nobody who's reflecting. But that is another point that for another day. Meditation, I think it's kind of providing a way for that. Okay. So what is happening here? Let's forget the woman. I think the interesting interaction is between me and my friend. So, in sake of helping me, what I'm reading, that what he's doing, he's trying to help me. And probably he sees how helpless I am. And he wants to help me. And while doing that, he's taking ownership of my need. So for example, he was the one did the conversation or was trying to look for the guy if I was allowed to wear that short or not. That one I still could accept in a way, because he told me that it was allowed, and that's how I was convinced to go. So I think that part still falls onto that part, because it was his claim and it didn't work out and we were trying to verify. That's all good. Even though that part still I could do it. I mean, of course, I'm thinking when I have all my resources back. It's easy to talk now. But the second part is even more interesting. Okay, the guy said out of that conversation, it was like, it's not allowed, but there is an option that you can buy it here. Okay. But then I feel like, then you see, as we move on into this, like the need part, it's moving from his side to mine. It was mine anyway, but it's moving into my direction. It's like, and of course, because of my insecurity of handling this, like the helplessness that I feel in this situation, I am giving away to him and he's ready to pick it up. How nice that is, right? He's ready to pick it up. He knows this. His model, this probably is the model that he was trained on. Not the only model, but like this is his system knows. This is how his system works. So he's next to somebody, a person who is not able to fully own his own need because of helplessness, incompetences. Like, it's slow, that person is slow and it's fragile. I don't know what kind of energy at that moment that I'm like broadcasting. Maybe I should ask him this, you know. But at that point, he's picking it up on this and he's taking full ownership of the need. So that's why at that moment I felt like he was my father, and I was like, it took me back in my childhood. I was shopping. I mean, of course, the thing is that he's not someone like my father. He's opposite. So what is happening here, that he's not someone stepping over, but he's someone stepping in. So probably that detail is gonna explain to me that why my system was not activated in that way to react, that somebody was like stepping into my territory. Or another thing, it could be that like he was stepping into my territory, but he didn't make me feel bad about it. You see? Maybe for him, doing that didn't feel like a burden to him. It wasn't like, oh my God, how helpless, how ignorant you are. You even don't know your size, you know? Like, the person is asking you and you don't know your size, you're saying even small. What stupid are you? You know? Like, I didn't get that energy from him. I'm not getting it because, as I mentioned, he's not that kind of person. He's not judgmental. not in the way that that triggers my system. On the surface level, it's the same thing that is happening between me and my father. I mean, my father here is like the, what is it called, archetype. It's like, he's not the only one, of course. He was maybe the first one. But it is like, that probably happened with many other people. My friend's case, it also happened with many other people. But the tricky thing is it's easy to see the pattern of my father. It's so easy to see somebody stepping over. It's so clear. But this other stepping into, it's more tricky to recognize because it doesn't activate your system. In that case, your system it's not activated. So even though it's the same, but you experience it differently. Even though the dynamic is the same, I mean, at some level, but your system doesn't register it that way. I mean, maybe it does, but like it's I don't know how to say it. How to make it clear. For me it's the same, but it's also different. And for me it took years. It took me years to finally recognize that somebody is not stepping over, but they're stepping into. So here, what is happening in the case of my father, there is no even an invitation. It's like there is no even a possibility. It's like it doesn't matter if you can do it or not. Like it doesn't matter. I am doing this. You know, I know your need, and I'm doing this for you. Just go with it. But of course that doesn't mean that person, okay, maybe 1, 2, 3, 5 times they take care of you that way. That was okay. But they're not gonna know your needs every time. And they're not gonna fulfill your needs every time the way you want them to be fulfilled. They are like fulfilling your needs in the way they know. So probably they are recognizing that need. Okay, that's a good thing already. But the way they are fulfilling it, it's the way they would do it for themselves. Right? But that doesn't mean that I would want to fulfill that need that way. So I mean, for some needs, of course, it's mostly common. It could be common for everybody. But for example, let's say you want to listen to music. That's your need. Okay, and he understands this. He says, okay, you want to listen to music. And he's just putting the music which is his favorite. Because that's how he fulfills his need. But that's not my favorite music. That's a music that I don't even like. So what is happening here? That's not fulfilling my need. Right? So in this other scenario, like in the interaction with my friend, there is stepping into, like with the father's case, like even if you would put up a wall or like a door, he's just gonna knock it over. That's why I'm calling it stepping over. He's gonna knock it over. Like, this wall cannot stop me, you know, this door cannot stop me. I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna step over. But the step into part, that's why it's challenging to see, because the moment the wall will be, or the door will be like cracked down or like broken down, you will feel it, your system will be activated. But the stepping into, there is no resistance. The door is open. So when the door is open, somebody is just gonna come in. I don't know, maybe it's a human thing, you know, it's automatic. You just feel the need of the other person. You see the door is open, you just do it. So here in this case, with my friend, he saw that I need this help, you know, like he understands it. I need this, like I want to go in the water and it's like this is a requirement. I need this. And this is not like music, you know, you cannot like, you can, but in this case it's simple. It's like, okay, that's gonna do the work. The goal is to just get the shot. And in this case, he's just stepping into, you know? And in this case, my system is receiving this as a help, because the door was already open and somebody is just walking through. So this is a huge thing. This is a huge thing. Because imagine all of your life, because you knew the other way of helping, that you did not let your door open. You always had the door closed. You had the wall. Like the wall was crushed, you build a better wall. The wall was crushed again, you build a better one. It's like you build with the metal. You build a wall that like the best US or like whatever country cannot penetrate, right? But it's still. So the wall is being crushed down and then break down, and then you're like building it again. Even stronger. Then you even forget. It's like not that you forget that it could be open, but you're even scared to not have that wall. So what it could mean that you could even have a hard time to let people step in, right? Because that is a threat. That looks almost like stepping over. In this first one, like with the father's case, you don't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice. Nobody has a choice. Your only choice is to have the wall, and his only choice is to not to have the wall. There is no other way. Like there cannot be a case, okay, let's leave the wall here this time. Or it cannot be a case that like, okay, let not put the wall here this time. It cannot happen, because whatever happened, it happened, and that's how it is. It's like a years of experience, you know. What was it like with the Bruce Lee, with that punch, you know? You do it 1,000 times, and then you do it one time, it's perfect. So you perfect that system. That wall is a perfect wall. But but interestingly, these two systems are like empowering each other, but negatively. This other person learns how to build like a impenetrable wall, and this other person learns how to even break down the most solid wall. So they are like empowering each other, but this is not empowerment, right? It's negative empowerment. So why this case with friend is important? Again, there are different levels, of course, and there are different levels, but one level can go in a way that I could blame myself and could be harsh with myself, right? Like, how couldn't you take care of your needs? How you cannot do it, right? Like, actually, this would be sad, because this would be doing the thing which I just said my friend didn't do, and it would be doing the thing which I was trying to avoid. I was trying to put a wall, but because that wall was broken down so many times, now that thing which was initially built to keep the father on the other side of the wall, that wall is still there, but the father is on this side now. So that, like, this is even worse. This is even worse. This is even worse. You have a wall, like you have the whole castle. You build a whole castle to make yourself feel safe. But what you were trying to make yourself safe from, it's inside the castle. So what is happening with this friend case? the system is getting a different data to train itself. But actually now, the way that we move through this, that is so challenging. That is so challenging. Because it's a fact. There could be people who are sharing the same dynamic as my father, you know. They help with my need to like they take care of me, but at the same time they could also insult me, you know, in that way. It's like, maybe jokingly or not jokingly, but it would be like they would make fun of you. There is a help, but at the same time something is taking you up, but another thing is bringing you down. So even though you are not letting them maybe help, I mean, for one case, for one situation, it could be that they would step over, they would come in, help, and it's the same thing that like your system is still recognizing, so it's still happening. That's the one thing that could still happen, exactly the same. So another case, that this one, the first one is not so interesting because that one is already, we know, for years. The second one is interesting because the second one, it's not a step over, it's a step in. Somebody sees your need, recognizes your need, and helps you with it, supports you, but they don't make fun of you. They don't make fun of you. They just help you. And this is nice, right? Like, this is what we are looking like. It's okay that we are human. It is gonna be a time that in one way or another you're gonna be in need of another human. In the most simple case, you may ask for an address, you may like, you know, like you're gonna even that doesn't have to be a need in that sense. It might be that you're getting a service from somebody, you know, like it could be you're in a restaurant, it could be you call somebody, you're creating an account, whatever. That is also the similar dynamic, right? You're in the need, and somebody else is gonna take care of that need. And so let's say that person recognized your need and they were nice, they helped you take care of your need and all that. It was all nice. But what happens afterward? This time the insult or mockery is not coming from that person, but from your own self. How you couldn't do that to yourself, how you didn't find a way by yourself, you know, how you couldn't figure that out by yourself, right? All these things could play out. And now, after all of this conversation, that we could recognize this is what already settled down in the castle. It's that voice. The person is not there, but the voice is there. Like, the system picked it up. It's like, if you listen to a song enough, like not enough time, but for a few days, if you listen to a song, you will start to sing that song. That song will start to play in your mind automatically. You don't have to do anything. You will find yourself randomly when that song is not there, not playing anymore, but you will you will see that like you're either using, like saying the words, singing the song, or if it's just a music, you would feel the tempo. You will feel the music in your mind. So that is your mind. It's just gonna pick it up. It's like a sponge. Like whatever you give it is gonna pick it up. It doesn't have a, like, it's not like a cell, you know? Every cell has a wall. And what I remember from biology, like, they are selective. They will let some things in and some things they will not let in. So the thing which is good for the cell, they will let in, and the things which are not good, they will keep them out. Like, that's how the wall works. And my biology is gonna fail me most likely. I don't want to go in detail, but there was something like that. So, and for brain, for mind, whatever that is, the system, it's not selective in that way. Like, imagine you're a kid. Not a kid, you're a baby. You just take whatever comes into your mouth, you just take it. You know? Whatever they put in your hand, you just hold it. And it's the same thing. So your mind is just gonna pick it up. It will not know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It's just gonna pick it up. And after enough times, like that song, it's just gonna keep playing. And no effort on your part at all. It's effortless. It's just gonna keep playing. So what happened now? We got a service. I was in a need, you know, and somebody helped me. And then that song is playing. Like, why you need that? You know, why you cannot do that yourself? Why such and such? Go and study, go and do that and this, and later maybe you will be able to do yourself. So it's like that part is just depends on your creativity, and I believe most of us creative enough. So what happened now? That we are not able to get help because you're getting a help. The first case, forget about it. That's like it's a bad case. The second one, it's a good, but it becomes a bad case because internally the system is not letting it. It doesn't know it's a good one. It takes it as a bad one because of the song that is keep playing afterwards. Because there is a trigger. We got the help, our need was taken care by somebody else, and then the song plays. Why that happened? So that is sad. So what this would mean that, like, this is sad because it is sad already that you didn't have help, you know, like help in a sense that would not make you feel bad about yourself. The help was not there. You didn't get it. That is already, I mean, not that help was not there. Help was there, but it was with the baggage. It is already bad. It is sad that it was this way. But what is even more devastating is that even the help without baggage is there, you're not able to take it because you have your own baggage. It, like, you get the help from outside, but the baggage is still with you. So the system thinks this is the same thing. So now coming back to the France example, like, my friend he's kind, he's nice, you know. And what he did it consciously or unconsciously, I don't know. But it just seems that our parts, they worked with each other. At that moment, I was in the need of a help, and he was able to offer it. And the conversation did not happen. Like, I did not ask him if you could help me, and he did not ask me if I need help. It just happened non-verbally. So that I could only assume it happened unconsciously. So probably I broadcasted some energy and he just picked it up. With my body language or energy level, like whatever you want to use for that. I went through so many different paths. I am making a circle around my home on the highway. That's crazy. So my friend did that. That is fine. He did it. It's okay. I mean, it could work out differently. I could ask him. He could ask me if I need it or not. Like that could also happen. Maybe that's another level. But at the level that it happened now, that maybe I will not say like 100% that I took his example. Took his help. Some baggage, it's still there, I would say. But also I would say it's not as heavy as in the past. Because now looking back how I told the story, I don't think that I was blaming myself. I was just mentioning some of the limitations that I have. You know, I will call them limitations. It's like it's limitation. Like that's just the way that something performs, something acts, something lives. You know, something experience the reality. It's just that way. It's not good or bad. It's just that way. And many other people it would work out differently, I'm sure. But for me, I know it worked that way. Like I'm just sharing my experience. Some of the things which were not outwardly observable, and the ones that I caught it, I'm sharing them. So it happened that way. So I may have needs, you know, like even another person would be able to take care of that by themselves. That's okay. Like they could do it by themselves, you know. They could go there like freely, even if they don't speak the language, even if it's the first time for them. They would just show up there. They would just talk, you know, casually. Okay, if the person speaks English, they speak English. If they don't speak, they try with the but like word by word with their Dutch, or maybe using even font translation. Somehow they would get the message across, that and this, and they know like their size. They would have even some friendly conversation with the person, and maybe the person will also turn out to be friendly, and they would take care of their need that way. I mean, thousands of people go to that place, so I'm sure for some of them it worked out that way. But for me, it worked the way that I just said. For me, here again, it's like it's not a slippery slope, but it is there. I can go in that way. I can walk that path. I can put myself down. But I can see it. I can see that way, and I'm not gonna go into that one. It's okay. For me, that was challenging, you know. But the end result was that it worked out. Nobody was harmed, and it all worked out. And my system was able to adjust itself much closer to the real time. I would not say it wasn't real time for sure, but it was so close to real time. So I accepted the help from my friend. I accepted it. It was kind of him. Yeah, again, going back, I mean, I accepted it. But actually now there is something else, is even like, this is a step further. I accepted it. I also did not accept it, but it's not that I did not accept it in the other way. I was accepting his help, but also thinking that I could do this myself. You know? So that's why it's tricky with this kind of step-in situation. So there, I don't feel the invasion. Nobody's invading me. Nobody is like stepping into my territory. I feel like that is coming from their kindness. It's not from aggression. It's coming from a soft place. But with my father, it maybe deep down, but what he wear over it, it's aggressive, it's harsh. It comes to me that way. So what is also interesting with my father, I would take it this as an example, even if it would be the case that I would not be able to handle it myself, I may have reaction to him that what he's doing. So in this case of my friend, like, even though I could do it, I didn't go in a way that, like, to tell him like he doesn't have to do it. Maybe that could be the next step that I could do it. But I'm not yet acting in real time, because it's with a bit of delay. If it would be in the real time, maybe it could be, I could say it that moment. And of course there are many things happening, and it's like it's a new situation and all those things. So it was close to real time, but it was not real time. So it might be that I still need to be more comfortable, like need to build this comfort with the first case scenarios, first time scenarios, and unfamiliar scenarios. For those cases, that maybe I could build a bit more more comfort, more resiliency. You know, things could go wrong, but they would not be wrong things from my side. Okay, now we're coming back. Now we're coming back to the first thing that I said. The thing with this person at the reception. She had some negative energy. So what is happening here? That like, because I am in a vulnerable position, then, you know, I'm having a hard time taking care of my need, or I'm having a hard time, I don't know how to do what I would like to do. I don't know it yet. So, and this person at that moment, I don't know this person, but at that moment, the energy that I am like perceiving from them, it's negative. It's like, of course, to put it this way, that maybe this whole thing is playing in my mind. That's also a possibility. At that moment, what I'm perceiving from this person is that I am unwanted. It's like I have a need, but this person doesn't want me. You know? Like this person is annoyed. It's bothered that I am there and I need them. You know? This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm like receiving from that person. So we can also put it like this person is like an empty canvas and I'm just like projecting. That is also okay. And so somehow it's working out nicely because that person has this and I'm ready to project, and this person is just fitting nicely. And of course that makes it a bit more challenging for me, right? If that person will be friendly, kind, like positive, if I would perceive them that way, it's gonna make it easier for me to do it. So I counted a few things, a few obstacles, like gender obstacle, language obstacle, etc. And this is also an obstacle now I can add. That person, she's not welcoming. Like I don't feel like that she's welcoming. She's not ready to welcome my need, you know, like my request for help. And I feel like I am the one bothering them. I mean, normally you could say that like they are there to serve you, right? That's what their job. No, in this case, I feel bad. I feel like I am bothering them. I should not be there. Like, this is a different scenario, and I think like it's gonna be easy. Like this is the mother. Like with father, he's so ready to take care of the need. The moment he's aware of the need, that's enough for him. It's like no question, no conversation is necessary. If he's aware of your need, he's gonna bring two worlds together, and he's gonna do that in the best possible way that he knows. He's just gonna do it, no question asked. He's gonna do it. He's a hero. He's not gonna even ask you anything. Okay, I got your need. I'm your man. I'm gonna take care of your need. I know how to take care of this need. I will figure it out. And he will do it the way he knows. That is the part. He does it the way he knows. The way he knew that that need was taken care of. But with the mother case, she's like, don't even bother to me. Don't come to me. You know? This is funny. She's like, don't even come to me. Why you're coming to me with a need? I cannot take care of you. You know? I don't want you. Like, you're a burden to me. Like, I don't have the capacity, I don't have the resources to take care of you. Don't ask me, you know? Like, the things that I am able to give you, I give you without you asking them. But don't ask me for other things I cannot give you. So, now what happened? The reception became my mother. She's my mother. She has this face like she was never happy in her life ever. And somebody is like forcing her to do something. Which could be the possibility with the reception, right? But, so what is interesting now? I forgot how I connected, but it's in the video. We will see. That she carries some negativity. The way that there is a confusion of the need, you know, with my father, the confusion is like, whose need is this? With my mother, it's like it's something else. It's like some negativity. And as it's happened with my father, that he will own my need. In my mother's case, that I will own her mood. Maybe that is also a need. These things are really challenging. It's like they are not things that you can hold them and like list them and name them. It's just, that's why I'm keep using the words like energy and all those things. I don't have the vocabulary for it. So yeah, and here, continuing with that, like, I need something from her, right? First time it was just payment, I done it, even then I felt it. I did the payment, just passed, nothing much happened. But I felt the energy. I felt that something she was carrying. And then now we are back to her for the short. And now she needs to make a bit more effort, you know. She needs to know my size, which even I don't know. And she showed me an example and then like pick up a new one and so forth. So that was still short. For example, now thinking that at that moment I wanted to ask her, like, are there any other color? I couldn't dare. Like, she was not so friendly and welcoming that way that I could. For me, it's already challenging, right? To ask for what I want to have. And with all those obstacles, she's making this even extra challenging. And I couldn't ask. I just accept. I was like, okay, this. I even I even convinced myself. I was like, okay, this is not a bad color. Let's go with this. But later on, still, that stayed with me a little. What I picked up from her, it stayed with me a little. Like I felt like, now I'm talking so dramatically, I felt like unlovable. I felt like there was something wrong with me. And of course it was easy for me to think that way because, as I mentioned, I was so ready to go in that path. Like I already have thousands things that I already think they are missing with me. And she's just making this so easy. Like I already feel bad that I'm not speaking the language fluently, that's making my life more challenging than I would like to handle. And it is already a challenge. I feel embarrassed that like I never wear this kind of thing in my life, and I am doing this like in this last moment in these circumstances. It makes me feel like unresponsible. I feel like a burden and whatnot. Like I have hundreds of those things to think about, and she didn't say anything. Like on the surface, what she did was perfect. Like if you would actually watch from the camera, like if today I call the workplace, the employer, and I say like your reception was like not nice to me, they will say what happened, and I will tell them the conversation. Nothing is wrong. And then they will watch the camera. Nothing is wrong, sir. She's like serving you. What happened? I cannot explain to them. But I felt it. So if I will just stay with the truth on the surface, then I need to convince myself with other things. Like, okay, maybe that's true that I'm really unlovable. I am really unworthy. I'm like really a burden. Like maybe everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows what to do in those circumstances. Like I am the only person on earth that I have to buy that short hair, which by logic it's not true, because they're selling it. That means it's like it's something that people do it. So that of course is funny to talk about, but like here the interesting thing also that like nowadays my system is more aware. That lady in the reception, this is on you. Whatever you're trying to throw in my way, whatever you're trying to throw in my path, it's yours. I recognize it. I'm not gonna pick it up. I pick it up, but I'm not gonna carry it. Okay. I pick it up, but I'm not gonna carry it. It's yours. You know? It's yours. You had a bad day, you're not being paid enough, it's Saturday early in the morning that like whatever people are doing on Instagram, and maybe you have to do this. This is not the life that you wanted to decide for yourself. Life is not treating you fairly. You may have all the reasons in the world, all the right reasons, all justified. They cannot be challenged, they cannot be doubted. All true. And that's yours. I'm not taking it. Life is not treating you fairly. That's between you and life. I cannot carry it for you. I can be nice and kind to you. I could understand that, like, it's harder for you, but I cannot carry it for you. So I'm not gonna carry that energy and turn into something in myself. I'm not gonna do that. It's like, you know, when I think of it, it's like she's throwing some water on my way. I mean, she's not doing this consciously, like, this is not to blame. She, just for the sake of story, she's just throwing that water on my way. And I have all the pipes that are perfect for that water to go through. And when that water goes through my pipes, maybe that's, I don't know, she will feel better. I don't know how that happens. I cannot prove it scientifically. But I'm not gonna do that. That's yours. And how do I know this? I know this because I've been in her shoes. I've been in her shoes. That's how I know, because, like, she didn't tell me. I've been in her shoes. I've been in her shoes, like the same way that I've been into the pool. I was in the pool. I touched on the ground. I was like, okay, it's not shallow here. And then there was a part that I could not touch the ground. I was like, okay, it's deep here. And then later on the wall that I saw numbers. I was like, okay, these numbers are like telling me how deep this water is in different parts. So in the same way, I've been in her shoes. In a similar way that maybe I also broadcasted that negative energy. And I expected her to pick it up or like to suffer from it. But now I know that's not her. Like, I mean, of course, I'm not saying like this is the energy carried. That doesn't happen that way. She will do something, and I will be ready to just project that, like just put it that way, right? Like it's fitting that scenario. Like, for example, imagine somebody in the morning just goes to the pool, and like either they just, I mean, with us it even happened with payment. But let's say that you have a subscription and you just walk through. You don't even interact with her. So you don't give her anything so that she can give you that negativity, right? For example, they were like, many people before me or even after me, they passed through that. And some people did not pick up on that energy. And some people like me, they pick up on that energy. Some people carry that energy. Some people maybe interacted with that energy. They were like, we don't know. Not interested in that point. So yeah, that's because I know it from myself. I am comfortably, I could say, like, whatever she does, even though I have all those reasons to believe her, you know, to believe her that I am the one causing her this discomfort. Even though I have all those reasons, but still no. I could have those needs. That still doesn't mean that like you will have that negative energy throwing in my way? You know? It's not because that you're working there and I expect you to do that. No. You don't have to do it. But just saying that negative thing that you brought there and what I brought there, they don't belong together. They don't belong together. Actually, now to wrap up the whole thing, the swimming pool experience. But that woman in the sauna, it's the same thing, like she's right, you know? She's right that we are speaking in a place where we should not speak, like we are not supposed to speak. There is a sign on the wall, we didn't see it, whatever. She's right. And she could warn us. That part is also fine. And she could do it nicely, aggressively. That's also not that important. That's a different thing. She could say like, don't talk here, you're not supposed to talk here. Okay. But what she was carrying, it was more than that. So that's why I'm saying it was same. It's like that energy was already there. What happened there that we are talking, okay, I accept we are doing something wrong. But we are doing something wrong for one unit, but what she was carrying, like it was at least 5. And in a similar way with this reception person, she already had some negative energy. I mean, this negative energy is not to blame her. She's a human. She can have bad things going on in her life. She had it. You know, it was there. And what I'm talking about is the part that in the past I could pick it up and carry it, but I didn't. It's the same with the lady in the sauna and the lady in the reception. I could carry their energy with me. Actually, this is not a conscious choice. It's not like I say, okay, I'm carrying it or I'm not carrying it. Actually, it's not my choice. Like the time that I carry it, it was not my choice. And now that I'm not carrying it, it is also not my choice. It was just happening, and now it's also just happening.